Welcome to the Workamper Show, a podcast devoted to helping you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. I'm Steve Anderson, the president of Workamper News. Each one of our episodes will either introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to opportunities to work short-term jobs. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
Thank you, Steve. Today I'll be speaking with a man who developed a way for work campers to make a pretty good income by helping them sell RVs and referring people to his service. If you're just exploring the RV lifestyle and work camping options, consider enrolling in The Dreamer's Journey, an online course produced by Workamper News. Life is way too short to keep your dreams on hold, so don't be held back by fear because you were designed for more. Get started with the RV lifestyle the right way with this comprehensive guide. For just $29.95 for 1 year of access, Dreamers have unlimited viewing of 50-plus videos to learn things like what type of RV to buy, goal setting, how to budget for the adventure, developing a positive mindset, setting up a domicile, operating a small business on the road, plus all about work camping and how to find the right job for you. Each video is 30 to 90 minutes long to give you in-depth coverage on each topic. There's no wrong time to get started, so for more information, visit www.rvdreamersjourney.com. Deryle Jensen is the founder of RVWheelator, which is a play on the term realtor. His company specializes in connecting buyers to sellers in a rather unique way, in that RVs of all types are sold in a similar manner to how homes are sold and in a private transaction between buyers and sellers. He developed the program after watching too many people getting taken advantage of when they were trying to sell their motorhomes and travel trailers. In fact, Deryle guarantees sellers that their RV will be sold and ensures buyers that they'll have instant equity in their RVs. In traditional consignment transactions, dealers buy RVs from owners at wholesale prices, then sell them at retail prices. In other words, dealers pay as little as they can to buy a used RV and charge as much as they can to sell it. Deryle says his business model is 100% fair for every party. He does this by tapping into the same database bankers use to determine loan values and average retail values for every unit. Then RVWheelator makes the unit available only to capable, ready-to-buy people looking for RVs of that specific make, model, and year. The company collects a 5% commission on every RV sold, or a minimum of $986, which is the equivalent of the commission earned to sell an RV valued at $19,700. Most RVs sell for more than that on RVWheelator. Deryle describes more about how RVWheelator works, but more importantly, he describes two ways in which work campers can make money by aligning with the company. First, they can become brand ambassadors who recommend the RVWheelator service to people in their local areas. That means if they're staying at a campground near San Antonio and meet someone from that area who wants to sell their RV, the work camper gives the seller a unique QR code to sign up for the RVWheelator service. When the RV is sold, the brand ambassador earns a 10% of the company's commission on the final selling price. The second income opportunity is as an RVWheelator agent. Agents earn 20% of the company's commission, but it's split between the listing agent and the selling agent, just like it is with traditional real estate. After getting a warm lead from the brand ambassador, the agent in that area earns 10% to prepare and finalize the listing. When the RV is sold, the selling agent earns 10%. If the listing agent sells the RV as well, he or she earns the full 20% commission. It's even better if work campers serve as brand ambassador, listing agent, and selling agent, because then the commission is 30%. Using the $986 minimum commission the company collects on a transaction, then the brand ambassador, listing agent, and selling agent each earn $98.60. However, if the RV sells for $50,000, then the company earns a commission of $2,500, and the brand ambassador, listing agent, and selling agent each earn $250. To tell us more about this unique opportunity and how it works to the benefit of all parties involved, please welcome Deryle Jensen, the founder of RVWheelator, to the show. Thank you for joining me today, Deryle. I really appreciate the time. Tell me, what is RVWheelator and how did it come about?
Well, RVWheelator, the word wheelator is a play on the mispronunciation of the word realtor. There is no A in the word realtor, but seldom or not very often does anyone say realtor. They say realtor. So I trademarked the word wheelator. RVWheelator lists and sells RVs like real estate agents list and sell homes. And by RVs, I mean travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, A's, B's, C's, and Super C's. We list and sell them all.
Okay.
It has happened. It's been developed because I have a personality that really gets disappointed when business takes advantage of people that are in a vulnerable or at need situation. And many times there's a widow or a widower, there is a financial situation that comes about or goes away where people that own RVs need to liquidate or sell them. And they go to their dealer or they go to someplace, and guess what? They get a wholesale price because those businesses work on a wholesale to retail business model. And they have to pay as little as they can for it when they buy it, and they want to sell it for as much as they can when they sell it because they have a lot of overhead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, RVWheelator has a superior business model to the wholesale to retail. We have a retail to retail business model. We can guarantee a private seller the most cash money, guaranteed the most cash for their RV, and we can guarantee them a buyer. And it's all taken place because of personal friends and acquaintances that got badly treated by the wholesale to retail market. They got ripped off. So I've developed something where no one gets ripped off. Everything is fair, absolutely 100% fair. And our business model is so superior that we can get anywhere from 10 to 50% more money for the private seller of their RV. And we have many examples of that exactly taking place.
Well, I wish I had known about this a couple of years ago when I went to sell my motorhome, because I sold it at a dealership on consignment, and they capped the amount that they would pay me, and I have no idea what they actually sold it for and the profit that they had received. But
you described the exact problem with the industry. It's fraught with that situation. All of our business is all the cards are face up. We possess the same database that the banks and the major credit unions use to determine the loan value and average retail on every RV mass produced. So if they want a fair retail price, we have that. Their choice is to sell it themselves and put up with the tire kickers and the low ballers and the scams, or list it with us and have none of that, because we only introduce them to qualified, capable, ready-to-buy buyers that want that year, that make, that model. Or they go to the consignment lot or the dealer and pay 10% and never know what goes on. They give up the title. They sign the title away to their property, and they're not in control. With us, the owner of the RV conducts the sale. The owner of the RV collects all the money, not only their agreed net, but also our commission. The owner cannot get hurt. They are in control of the entire transaction. We are the lead generator that brings to them a qualified, capable buyer, so they don't have to put up with the traditional sales stuff and paying for the ads. We pay for all the ads, just like real estate. Now, this is a real nice story about listing and selling RVs, but my conversation with you this evening is about Workampers.
That's right.
We need to hire brand ambassadors, and we need to hire wheel estate agents. Now, I know you're going to be amused, but many people laugh at wheel estate agent. Isn't that ever funny? A wheel estate agent can make a very, very handsome income. A brand ambassador can make a very handsome mailbox income, because they only introduce the RV owner or the RV seller to either their unique QR code or their unique app. Of course, it's a corporate app with their unique information page on it. And it wouldn't matter whether that person they gave the app or the QR code to filled in the information page, which is the year, the make, the model, how old are the tires, what's your first name, give us a phone number to contact you. it's an unintrusive information, fill in the blanks is our information page. And it doesn't matter when it gets filled in. When we list it and we sell it, we pay that brand ambassador 10%. And our minimum commission is $986. So that's about $98.60 for going over to a guy and sharing with him a business model that will get him more money and a guaranteed buyer. Like, it's a no-brainer.
So this is something that an RV or a work camper can do anywhere, right? So they're in the campground and they see somebody or talk to somebody who's about to sell an RV. They can go up there and give them their special code and get the listing, and and that's all they do. They get the 10% referral.
Yes. We need to list it and we need to sell it, and we notify them that an information page has come in with their name on it and that we're servicing that account. So maybe 2 weeks later, maybe it takes 2 months for it to sell. We contact them and say, you remember when you gave the QR code or the information page to that gentleman with the Monaco Dynasty? Yeah. Well, we sold it and our commission was $4,986. Where would you like us to send the $498.60 that you've earned? That's a nice kick in the pants.
Well, no kidding. So they're not earning just the $97 that you had mentioned earlier. That's the minimum commission that they can earn by making this referral. What a good deal.
It is. It's tremendous. It's mailbox money, and it's just tremendous. Now, I share with people, now listen, if you knew a cure to cancer and this person over here had cancer, wouldn't you run over there and tell them that? Yeah, of course. Okay. If you had a business model that could guarantee that RV owner or that RV seller more money and a buyer, wouldn't it be great to be a good person and run over there and tell them that? Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Well, there you go. There is about 100,000 for sale by owner RVs coming onto the market every month.
That's right.
I'm never going to be able to hire enough brand ambassadors.
That's really cool. Now, can the brand ambassadors promote this program on their social media pages, or are there some restrictions to that?
None, absolutely none. They can put their QR code on any print form that they want and say, guaranteed RV owners, guaranteed the most money, guaranteed buyer, scan this code. Or they could go to cell phone numbers, call somebody who's got an RV for sale, tell them they could guarantee them the most money and guarantee them a buyer. May I have your cell phone number so I could send you my app? And the person says, well, yeah, because all the information that I'm sharing with you is on that app. And the information page is unique to that person. So guaranteed they get their commission as a brand ambassador, 10% on everything that we list, on everything that we sell. Whatever our commission is, they earn. Oh, and by the way, our largest commission has been near $20,000.
Well, that would be a good day's work.
Oh, man, I tell you. Now, brand ambassadors are truly a development situation for ambitious people that want to be wheel estate agents. Now, a wheel estate agent makes twice as much money as the ambassador.
So
when
20%?
They list it and when they sell it, they get 20%. Now, in the case of them being the agent and the brand ambassador being either the company brought the brand ambassador into that state or that area, or that wheel estate agent brought the brand ambassador in, somebody needs to build the ad. Somebody needs to contact the seller. Somebody needs to qualify the buyer. Somebody needs to be the sales agent, which would be the wheel estate agent. So he would earn 10% for the selling of it, even though he doesn't sell it. He only introduces buyer to seller. We call it selling. And the ambassador earns 10%, and the agent earns the other 10 because he's the seller of it. So on all the ambassadors in their area, they pick up an additional 10% if they do the work. And on their own product, they pick up 10% for listing and 10% for selling. So they get 20% on their own personal ambition and 10% off the ambassador's ambition. They can make a really, really nice living. And guess what? When they're in Florida work camping for the winter, they can do it there. when they move north into, say, Wyoming or Montana, they can do it there. They have no restrictions on their business area. We only ask that they do business in their backyard. Wherever they are is their backyard. That's where we want them doing business. It's only the shyster that has to go to Vegas or Atlantic City or Chicago to start his business when he comes from Washington. Right? An honest person always starts with his friends and his family in his backyard. So that's why we ask all of our agents and ambassadors, how tough is it to give away advertising on 300 internet sites? How tough is it to guarantee the most money? How tough is it to guarantee? You know what our biggest argument is? Our biggest argument is, you're too good to be true. Well, we've been in business for 9 years. We have one bad review. One bad review in 9 years. And the review is bad because a new real estate agent contacted a gentleman that filled in an information page and shared a bunch of misinformation. She wasn't trained yet, and she just got excited, and that's what happened. And about 2 hours later, my general manager didn't know that agent had called that customer, so my general manager called and straightened out those misinformation situation, and I'm really grateful he did call. And then that night, I'm looking through the day's agenda of everything that happened on the day on my computer, about 7:30 at night, and I go, gee whiz, I don't know if this guy got called. So I called him. The bad review is that customer service was too good. He got 3 phone calls in one day. Now, it is that we laugh and it's a joke, but really it isn't a joke when you're in the RV business that's fraught with people getting sued and bad reviews by the minute. And here I am 9 years later, and I ain't asking for bad reviews, okay? But I'm telling you that we are so squeaky clean, we are so upfront on all of everything, that the buyer loves us because they purchase with equity. The seller loves us because our service is free. We guarantee more money on a buyer. Everyone loves us. We need agents and ambassadors that want to help their fellow man.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's go back and just review again the difference between an ambassador and an agent.
Okay.
Is the ambassador the one who brings in the lead, and the agent is the one who is advertising it and closing the sale?
Yes, but also the agent can also get their own lead. We would encourage them to be getting their own leads, and that would earn them 10% for the lead and 10% for the sale. In the case of a brand ambassador, they are only providing a contact with the QR code or the app, which is the same as the agent would do, but they don't follow up on it. There's no follow. It's just a hit and run. And if the individual says, gee whiz, that sounds pretty good, I'll look into that, then now we need, and they want to do business, they want us to list it, we need somebody to build the ad. We need somebody to talk to them. We need somebody to qualify the buyer, and that would be the agent in that area.
Okay, so to put it in perspective to actually like selling a house, what the brand ambassador would be the person who says, hey, I know a guy who's good in real estate. Can I give him your number? I know you're about to sell a house. Would that be it? And then here's my number. Here's my QR code that you could use to talk to him, and he's going to take really good care of you. And that's it. That's the only involvement he has. Then the seller uses that card, or when he calls the agent and says that this is where I got your information, then the agent works up the ad and is actually involved in the sales process and things like that, and he gets his commission. But the ambassador is just making a referral and picking up a nice income. Wow. Yes. So that is a real good deal.
It is. It is. And as far as money goes, a real estate agent could earn $6,000 to $10,000 a month after they've worked for probably 6 months. But they'd have to work. It's just like real estate. You better have enough money to pay your bills for 6 months, or you're not going to make it in real estate. This is kind of the same, only the market is a little friendlier, and we have the database to do the pricing according to the bank. And whether we like it or not, the banks control our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So here's just another example of the bank controlling our lives. And if the people don't like the price that we give them, which is a wonderful retail price, then they have the choice of selling it themselves and putting up with all that commotion and tire kickers and can't get financing people, or go to a consignment place and pay 10% and not be in control. We are by far head and shoulders. By the way, right now we're at the Family Motor Coach Association's convention in Lebanon, Tennessee, and people are just absolutely thrilled with the fact that there's an alternative to the wholesale to retail business model.
Oh, I can imagine that they'd be all over this. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are encouraging Workampers, you folks, you don't have to be in a particular RV park. You can be in any RV park. You can be driving down the road. You can meet somebody anywhere and say, hey, do you know that there's a superior business model? And they can go, and no, I didn't. Really? Well, how does that work? Well, it works really good because they guarantee you more money. Like here, 2 examples. $37,000 a dealer offered cash price to a fifth wheel owner. I got him $48,000. That's 30% better. If he could have come through the phone to kiss me, he would have. I added on $1,986 commission onto that. So it was priced at $49,986, call it $50,000. The bank says it's worth $54,000.
Okay.
Now, any problem making the phone ring when it's worth $54,000 and we got it on advertised at under $50,000?
Mm-hmm.
No problem making the phone ring. So when the buyer buys it, do you think he's grumpy with me because he bought it for, in this case, $4,000 below book? How about the seller? Could he be grumpy with me because he got $11,000 more money?
That's a very good point.
Now, wouldn't it be wonderful to be a brand ambassador or a wheel estate agent and be involved with that kind of likeness?
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Now, when you were mentioning the backyard a little while ago, you want your brand ambassadors to be focused only on their backyard. Is that the same for realtors as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So backyard, you mean their local community where they're at right then.
Yes.
So they're not supposed to be engaging people online wherever they are in America. You want them focused on their geographic area.
Yes. Here's the challenge. Because we're a national company and we do business in all of the lower 48 states, some ambitious person in California starts contacting people in Florida to sell their RV. Now we have a 3-hour time difference. Everything goes sideways when there's 3-hour time difference because the Florida guy gets up at 8 o'clock in the morning and calls and wants service, and it's 5 o'clock in California and the guy ain't getting up for 4 hours. So 4 hours later, it's noon, and the customers forgot about them calling at 8 o'clock in the morning because, it's not an issue anymore because right then. So we want people doing business in the community that they are currently residing in.
Okay.
Now, maybe they're traveling through the states and going from RV park to RV park, and they're there for a night or 2 nights, then that's their backyard. And if somebody's got a for sale sign in the window, or they meet them in the laundry, or they talk to them in the playground or the dog park, wouldn't it ever make sense for them to share the information about an opportunity to get more 10 to 50% more money for your RV and be a guaranteed buyer? Why wouldn't they tell everybody they meet?
Right. So most communities have these places where people will park an RV and put a for sale sign on it. A brand ambassador or an agent technically could contact that person and say, hey, we've got a better business model for you that I think will help you in the long run. Can I have somebody contact you? That's what the brand ambassador would do. And the guy says, well, sure, what the heck? It's going to cost me anything to get it listed? And it's like, not at this point. I just want you to talk to them. and that's
Yep.
it. And then he calls
Yep.
up the brand ambassador or the real realtor,
Agent.
yes, the
Yep.
agent, and
Yep.
goes through all the details and things like that. But it's
Yep.
in the local area that they're at.
Yes.
So, okay.
Yes.
And
And or that ambassador could ask that person, may I send you the app on your cell phone? All of the information is on the app.
oh, even
And
better.
and there's the information, its page is in there. You can fill in the information page. And the worst thing that could happen is in our offer to advertise, you'll find out what the bank says it's worth. And it costs you nothing. There's no obligation.
Okay.
Not a thing. So you can do it by QR code, you can do it by app, or they can call the real estate agent.
Okay.
The best is for the ambassador to utilize their QR code or utilize their app, and then corporate prices it. And if the customer, the seller, agrees with our pricing, we would then hand it off to the agent and make the introduction for the agent to deal with that seller and consequently earn his 10%.
Okay. Very good.
But it's very, very good. It's been working really, really well for 9 years. Like 9 years ago, we didn't have an app. 9 years ago, we didn't have a QR code. Things have progressed extremely well, and the proof is in the pudding. And the pudding for me is the fact that there are no complaints. That's the pudding. In this day and age, when people are so quick to ridicule and complain, when you have no complaints, it's just amazing. And telling the truth ain't bragging.
Mm-hmm.
There have been many occasions, and I'm going to say many, not several, many occasions when I have shared my business model with people that I've never met before in my life that have no relationship with me, and they tell me I'm a genius.
That's neat. What are the traits and qualifications you're looking for in real estate agents and ambassadors?
It's really simple. Honesty. Honesty. That's all. We don't need anybody that has any RV mechanical experience, sales experience, background knowledge, none of that. Matter of fact, I almost prefer they to have little knowledge, because our job is to introduce a nice person to another nice person. Our job is to properly price, fairly price the RV and advertise it to sell.
Okay.
We want it, so we don't have an opinion on the hitch, what the hitch can. We don't have an opinion on the motor. We don't have an opinion on any of the RV because we never see it. The RV's in Miami. My home is Tucson, Arizona. Right now I'm in Nashville. How am I going to see an RV in Los Angeles? And here's the point. Here's the proof positive of the point that I don't need to see it to advertise it. If a banker don't need to see the RV to finance it, I don't need to see the RV to advertise it.
Okay.
And if the owner isn't forthright and honest with us about the condition of the RV, the first person that we get to look at it, because it's properly priced, it's fairly priced, is going to tell us that it smells like cigarettes. It's got a dog bowl in the corner when it said no pets. So, Mr. Seller, just be honest with us. Full disclosure. Guarantee you a buyer.
Okay.
Guarantee you the most money, but full disclosure.
So people don't need sales experience?
None.
Would it be helpful?
None. Well, it is and it isn't. There are many times that the salespeople are so entrenched with the wholesale to retail business model that they don't know anything but to grind a sale out of somebody. We have no grinding. We don't actually sell the RV. The owner sells the RV. What we do is share with the owner the background on the buyer. We share with the buyer the background on the owner. So right now I've got an opinion of Greg Gerber. He's a really wonderful man, great guy, asks great questions, involved with a tremendous company. Now, if I share that with Sam down the street who's interested in Workamping, all of a sudden the coldness of him calling you is gone.
Right.
Because I vouched for you, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a warm
That's
call.
what we do. Right. I'm going to use a word that I don't really like, but I don't really know how to describe it any way better. We schmooze with the seller to make sure that they're forthright, honest, and good people. We schmooze with the buyer because we are only interested in a person that, one, has their money, two, has done their shopping. They're not shopping no more. They know what they want. They're buyers. And if I can hear that the wife likes the floor plan, 80% of the units sell the first time they're showing. How come? Because they're priced fairly. Because the buyer's purchasing it from the horse's mouth, the owner. We give the owner some information on how to close the sale. Now, that would be an agent's job. A brand ambassador is invisible to all of that. They just go out and glad hand everybody and give away apps and give away QR codes and say, this is the greatest thing there is, guaranteed the most money, guarantee a buyer, you better do it because you're silly if you don't.
They still have to have some working knowledge of how the system works, though, right?
Well, yes, we provide some training. In the case of the agent, we train them on the CRM. We train them how to build the ad. We train them on how to discuss things with the buyers and the sellers. With the brand ambassadors, they get assigned a QR code, and they get assigned an app. Of course, the agents do as well. But and now we share with them the business model, and probably work with them for a couple of hours on the phone. Have them ask all their questions. What we like to do is give them enough information to go to their friends and their family, and have their friends and family tell them how this can't be true. There's no way that somebody can guarantee the most money. There's no way that somebody can guarantee a buyer. There's no way that they can just pay you 10. So then they come back with all of these questions because they got beat up. And we answer all the questions with airtight conversation, and they go, wow, this really is as good as you said it. Yeah, absolutely it is as good as we say it is.
Very cool.
Like, we're on a 5-month tour in our luxury motorhome, hiring brand ambassadors and real estate agents across the country, going to family motor coach conventions here. We're going to another one in Goshen, Indiana. We're going up into Michigan. We're going as far west as Missoula, Montana, and we'll finally end up at home in Tucson in about September. And I really hope that Workampers across the country, if they want to meet me, if they want to talk to us, if they want to test the waters, if they want to list their own RV just to see how it works, I am open. I'm an open book. I have a national sales manager. He takes calls 18 hours a day. We will do whatever it takes to help these people get out of a situation.
That's a great.
And I have another.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
I was going to say that's a great segue to how can people get more information or get started in this?
RVWheelator.com/application, or to our website, RVWheelator.com, and click on the agent link, and it'll take you to that information page. It shares everything about it. It shares the payment. It shares the 10% and the 20% and the difference between ambassadors and agents. And we're ready to sign them up. An agent, by the way, can get for $200. They can get T-shirts, a button-down dress shirt with logos, 1,000 business cards, their own email address at RVWheelator.com, and of course their own QR code and their own app, and they can be professionally dressed with business cards and go out. And their minimum commission is 20% of $986, which is about $200.
Mm-hmm.
So a minimum commission will get them back their $200. In the meantime, they're sharing a superior business model with all of the people that need it. And that's every RV owner that there is, like about 17 million of them these days.
It sounds like it, doesn't it? So yeah. Very cool. This is a great business opportunity for people. And I'd encourage people to give you folks a call. What's the process for going through and being approved as a real estate agent or a brand ambassador?
The process is that they need to talk to our national sales manager. We need to understand a background that they have and just understand how their thinking is and where they're located. You know, if we have a brand ambassador or a real estate agent in a small city, we would respect them and not hire another person in that small city. But in large centers, heavens, a place like Dallas could probably have 20 to 50 ambassadors with ease, because there's just that much activity. There's that much business. So, and how to do it? Call our 800 number, 877-744-1219. And number one is Tony, and number two is Terry for our general manager, and one is the national sales manager. And or RVWheelator.com, and check us out.
That's great.
Check us out. Do a Google search on us, and you'll be absolutely surprised how squeaky clean we are.
Did you say that the people have protected markets pretty much? If you're in a small town, it's a certain radius that they're all by themselves without competition?
No, I can't do that, because as soon as I do that, then they get lazy, because they think they have something that it just, a goose that lays golden eggs, and they can just get it to lay a golden egg every once in a while. I need them to be working and hustling out of my respect to them. If they're working, I won't put another person in a small center to work against them. Just, I'm a very fair man. And if there's somebody that's not working in an area, then I'll encourage them to start. And if they won't start up, which is, how tough is it to look in some publication for a phone number to call, or an email address to call, or to text a message to them about a superior business model and a guaranteed buyer and more money?
Well, this has been fascinating, Deryle. I really appreciate it. And I hope people take advantage of this. I mean, it sounds like a real good opportunity to make a decent income wherever you travel. So I would encourage people to reach out to you and get the process going to become an ambassador or a RV real estate agent.
That's right. We are hiring brand ambassadors and real estate agents in every city in the United States. And anybody that can apply themselves. We have a short order cook in a East Coast situation that has no RV experience, that has a limited education, and she is our top ambassador. She brings in more information pages filled in than anybody else, and it's only because of her honesty, and it's only because of her work ethic. And by the way, I get phone calls from time to time from people that say, hey, this lady by this name called us and she said she worked for you. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Carrie works for us. Oh, well, she said this and this. Is that true? Yes, that's absolutely 100%. Oh, my goodness. Great. Well, we're going to call her back and list with her, because it is a little bit hard to believe that there is a company that is like us when everything else is so different and so greedy.
Very good.
And here she is, working hard, no RV experience, no sales experience, just sharing the information and the app or the QR code. And she's our top. I paid her a $200 bonus the other month.
That's excellent. Well, thank you, Deryle. I really appreciate the time, and I hope this works out well for you.
Greg, I am so pleased with Workamper and the blog and the interview, and I know that you are a wonderful service, and that it'll work well for all of the people that listen to your blog.
I'd like to thank Deryle Jensen, founder of RVWheelator, for coming on the show to describe his very unique way of matching RV sellers with buyers and explaining how Workampers can make a nice income in the process. One of the most frequent questions people have about the RVWheelator model pertains to how the commission is split. If the brand ambassador, listing agent, and selling agent all get 10% of the commission, then who gets the other 70%? Deryle assures people that he doesn't pocket it all. Running a secure commercial website requires a significant investment to maintain the site and keep it safe from hackers and other scoundrels. But the greatest investment Deryle makes is advertising RVs for sale on more than 200 other RV-related websites. Once Workampers have 6 months of experience, Deryle said RVWheelator agents can earn somewhere between $6,000 and $10,000 a month. Agents should be comfortable working with people, but they don't really need any experience to get involved in the business. In fact, sales experience often works against the agents because their skills are often entrenched in the traditional wholesale retail business model. Deryle and his team trains agents on how the software works, how to design an effective ad, and how to properly complete all paperwork. Many people think the RVWheelator business model is too good to be true for RV buyers, sellers, brand ambassadors, and agents. For that reason, Deryle and his national sales manager, Tony Corey, are happy to discuss the opportunity with anyone. They can be reached at 877-744-1219. To complete an application to become a brand ambassador or RVWheelator agent, visit www.rvwheelator.com/agent-application. Today's episode is sponsored by Workamper News. With its Diamond and Platinum membership tools, Workamper News is much more than just a job listing website. When you put the tools of this professional service into action, you'll find out just how easy it can be to turn your work camping dreams into reality. The one-year memberships open the door to a one-stop shop for all things work camping. Being the original resource for work camping, you'll find the largest number of job listings, be able to connect with a community of work campers, and view resources compiled by experts who've been enjoying the RV lifestyle for many years. If you're serious about leading a successful and enjoyable work camping lifestyle, then a Diamond or Platinum membership is for you. You can even get started with a free 30-day trial by visiting www.workamper.com/trial. Embark on new adventures today with the support of Workamper News behind you. That's all I have for this week's show. Next week, I really will feature the interview with Sue Rasmussen, the founder of Royal Flush RV Tank Cleaning Service. She was scheduled for this week's show, but our policy is to immediately schedule companies offering opportunities for work campers to make money. So I'll have Sue's interesting story on the next episode of The Work Camper Show. Thanks for listening.